Hello, welcome to another interesting episode on Trashing. On today's show, we've got Talia returning back. She's been MIA for a while now, but we brought her back into the studio today. So welcome back, Talia. And we've got Ajike and we've got Jude, your usual host. You should already know them by now. So now the topic we're going to be looking at today is, the saying that goes, a man shouldn't hit a woman, because it's not gentlemanly. But my question today is, at what point do we have to say, come on, that is just too much, okay? Because you can see from the video, the men were sort of just chilling, not trying to do anything back. And then it got to a point where they just couldn't take it anymore and they had to retaliate. So Jude, let me come to you first. You're the only man on the panel. Hopefully Ade will join us at some point during this recording. But let me come to you, because on one of those videos, I know Mr. Jabberjantix posted it on his page, and you made a comment to sort of insinuate that the man was doing too much. So what do you think on this occasion? What do you think the issue was? Do you think the man overreacted?
If we're talking about the same video,
yeah,
the one at the airport,
yeah,
I don't think he overreacted. I think he was just being a pussy wall, according to Jamaicans.
He was what?
A pussy hole.
Okay.
He was being an asshole. And the reason I said that is he kept shouting like he was running a football commentary. You're in my space. You're in my space. For Christ's sake, you trained staff. This is a member of the public. You were in the woman's space. You said that once, then back off. When she comes forward, you back off again or 3 times. That's when she really is in your space. He was in the woman's face and everything. He was the one invading her space. You're trained. I did security in this country. I know what it is about personal space. I've done a lot of, Celia, you've done a lot of this sort of training in your work as well. When somebody's in your space, we're told to back off because we've got the power. He's wearing a uniform. He represents an organization. He's got power. We kept shouting, you're in my space, you're in my space, you're in my space. Man, he's a pussy hole, man. The woman wasn't in your space. It was just too much running commentary. And if I was the woman, I'll get irate and hit that idiots in the face. And that's what the woman did. He went in her face. So when the man now turned up and be in his space, he kept quiet like an idiot.
Okay, so Jude, what you're saying is the man is an employee at the airport.
Yes, if it's that video, that's the one, yeah.
Okay, no, it's the same video because
it's not a member of the public, it's an airport staff.
Because I thought, from when I looked at it, I thought that him and the woman must know each other. I didn't realize
No. They said he's an airport staff.
Right, okay. Talia, let me come to you because you seem to be in agreement with what Jude is saying. Because Jude, other people made comments on the same post and said they were both in each other's spaces. So it wasn't as though the man was in the woman's space. The woman was also in the man's space. Yeah?
The thing is, what I saw, to be honest, Jude, it's not clear that he's an airport staff. It wasn't clear initially. Like I had to watch it at least twice to realize that actually he's trained. And it was from what he was saying that made me realize that he's actually a staff. He's not wearing a uniform. But then when I looked at him properly, I saw that he had something on that made him, he had a lanyard or something that made him look like he was working.
Yeah.
Initially, I was like, oh my God, why is this woman doing this? But the way the man reacted, I thought it was just over the top. Like, yes, the woman was in his face, but you're right, he should have backed off. Because when he said it the first time, yes, the woman was in his face, but then he carried on,
exactly.
he was then
because
he was then in her face, he was following her everywhere she was going. He was following because she was saying, okay, back off now. I think at some point she became a little bit intimidated because he's a man, and she was saying, okay, back off. Then he was doing too much. He was like, you're in my face. I was just like, whoa, like, the man definitely did too much. I know the woman probably provoked him, and but he took it 10 times further. Like, he could have stopped it. He could have walked away. She would have been screaming her head off. She wouldn't have been able to touch him. But because he was actually almost implying that, okay, hit me then. So the woman had to say, okay, if you want me to hit you, I'm gonna hit you. And here's me hitting you when there was somebody in between them. So to be honest, like, I don't know. When people are angry, they do stupid things.
Okay, we'll come to that bit you just mentioned, Talia. Now, Ajike, let me come to you. You've seen the video as well. Now, we're talking about the video that Mr. Jagbajantics put on his page, because there's two videos before we started. Now, we're talking about the one Mr. Jagbajantics put on his page. Now, do you think the man was doing too much? Because from the body language and everything, I saw a man that was frustrated, and I thought him and the girl, they knew each other, and I thought he must have had enough of all her antiques, and at this point he couldn't take it anymore and he lashed out. Well, now I'm hearing something completely different, and it's making me rethink the whole scenario, and I'm thinking, okay, if he was a trained airport staff, he should know how to deal with conflicts and situations like that. So Ajike, let me come to you.
I think I'm on your side. I didn't know
speak up a bit.
I'm speaking up. I actually think that I was thinking like you until now that I heard that he's a trained airport staff. If he's trained, then he's in the wrong. But otherwise, I think at times women should understand where you draw the line before you push someone that is stronger than you to be, but I feel, I don't know. I thought like you, very much like you. So this is news to me.
It is. Now, Kelly, let me come back to the point you made where you said they were both arguing until someone came in between them. And that was when the woman decided, okay, I'm going to whack you up, right? Why do you think she waited that long before she did that? Why didn't she do it in the beginning why did she wait for someone to get in between? Because sometimes some people want, go on.
I think she knew that man would hit her back if she hit him, because even, to be honest, I was scared for her. Like, I was like, I actually thought he was gonna hit her first, because he was doing a lot. He was so uncontrollable, And I think she just picked her moment there where there was someone in between them, and she was like, let me just shut up, this man, yeah. And obviously she was, at that point, she was frustrated to the height, because this man just wasn't leaving her alone. He really, really should have. And Ajika is right. Women, sometimes I think that we know how to provoke men, and we do just that. And there are just some men that don't have self-control.
Yeah.
That if you tip them, if you push them, they will fall. So yeah, obviously she knew the guy was gonna hit her back, and he did just that. Like, he proper thumped her one. Like, oh, he's disgusting.
He tackled her. Literally went for her and tackled her to the ground. Right?
He actually fell.
No, he's the first. She's the one that hit him first.
Sorry, Ajike?
But she hit him first.
She did hit him first.
Although, you should have some self-control. Really, when you're walking, I believe that even if your behavior is not good inside, for the sake of your salary and your money, you support yourself outside. You understand? I don't know. I understand that people, what I've said, the truth of matter, people live double lives. Like now, so that I do it. If my son is asked and he offend me, there's a way I will do. If it's me and him inside the house, the way he too, he knows. You understand? But I will not go outside. So we should have known better. You should have known better, at least to know that this is my salary. And in this era of Me Too movement, they'll just carry placard on top of his head. Me Too.
No, I think he wanted to prove his point that you cannot be just because you're a woman.
He doesn't own it now. It's not his father's company.
No, but he wanted to prove a point. Like, just because you're a woman, don't think. Because women, we get away with these things, though.
Yes, I understand that he felt slighted, but you need to understand this is a job. You don't need to get overtly emotional about it. It's not his wife, it's not his child, it's not, you understand? He should not be so emotionally invested. I'm trying to understand. If I had to watch it, I had to put it on my phone to watch it, because I'm really, it's not, the emotions are too high for his salary now. It's not his father's company. Why?
Yeah. Jude, what do you think about that? Her waiting for someone to get in between them before she eventually hit the man. And then you saw the way the man went for her. And when people tried to hold him, he was like a bull in a china shop, right? And people had to move
Well,
back.
it just reminded me of this Baba with Smith and the whole thing. It just, some things are not just necessary. They are already, you understand? Just he would have been in the right if he didn't go after her.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been right. The fact that because she was not that they were only arguing, argument is all right. But when you begin to hit people, that's where the problem is. Even hitting your own children, people frown upon it. It's not now because they say your child is not a property, this is somebody that is not even related to in any way, shape, or form. He was in Yoruba say he would have just been, he would have jare, he would have been all right. He would have just been, right, not guilty. But the fact that the way he charged after her, in fact, I'm watching the video as I'm speaking to you, and man,
yeah,
it's not funny.
Right. So, Jude, let me come to you. Now, you see, there's sometimes where I've seen several videos when a woman and a man, right? And I think I've seen real life videos, and I've also seen videos where people try to do like an experiment just to see what would happen. You will see a woman physically assaulting a man in public, and nobody does anything about it. Everybody's quiet. And then if the tables are turned and the man physically assaults the woman, you see a lot of people come in and trying to defend the woman and saying, why would you do that?
I have a problem with that as well. Maybe because I have a son. I don't know. But I feel that we need to look at human beings as human beings. Mm-hmm. It's not even really about being a man or being a woman or being a boy or being a girl. We are human. Why would somebody be hitting? You understand? There's even this case of this Obumseli guy and one OnlyFans girl.
Yeah.
I know. I watched a video. I was very upset when I heard the story. Then I watched a video. She has been an attacker since day one of that relationship. The videos, everything. She would just begin to ask, why? Why? You should not. If it was a man that hit somebody like that, there will be outrage, and that's the problem. We don't see this thing as we don't. We have become so immune to okay, say man should take it, and if he hits our holiday. It should not be so. And in the same way, this abuse of a thing, it goes both ways. So, we need to train people to understand and say, when you say, at least ask questions. What is happening? Why are you accepting this? I'm sure that Obumseli issue was that the guy told her he was going to leave her. And she felt if I can't have you, no one else will. That was the situation.
Yeah. So,
we need to begin to look at people as not as man or not as male as female. We should look at them as human. Like this man, the two of them have anger issues. These two people in the video, this video we are talking about, the two of them have anger issues. There's one person, no matter what, I don't know, I feel, and the woman was more she was in a position of, I have nothing to lose.
Yeah, because she was not staff.
Yeah, she's not a staff. And like I said, she's a woman. They will say, even in Nigeria, they say you are a man. You're a man, you're supposed to close eye. Mm-hmm. You understand? That's what they would tell, that's what they would have told the man. And like up to the issue point where she slapped him, he was sitting there. But when he charged after her, as in, he charged like a raging bull. Yeah, he even slapped her. Because I'm watching as I'm speaking to you, and I feel he should have done better. And some men are still talking to him. He's still, some men actually stepped up to him, and they're trying.
But why didn't nobody step up to her when she hits him, though? Why didn't nobody come? Jude, let me come to you. Why didn't nobody come to her to say you shouldn't have hit him?
I don't know whether you guys watched the same video I watched. They were at each other's throat. They started walking towards her when she hit him. And
I cannot go to that kind of situation. My father has told me, when you see people fighting, you go your own go and use it to do collateral damage. Me, I cannot shook my mouth in that kind of matter. But the people that have the liver.
For me though, I'm an advocate of equal opportunity and equal outcome. So I don't really give a fuck whether you're a woman or not. If you want to catch cruise and they use your face to catch the cruise, then great. I will not start it. I almost did it to two ladies in Morrison supermarket a while ago. I was on the queue waiting to be served, and somebody called me on my phone, tried to check the phone, and these two ladies behind my back started saying, he's on his phone, he's wasting our time. And I thought they weren't talking to me because I had a lot of people in front of me. So they kept chit-chatting rubbish behind my back. And I turned and said, you guys referring to me? He said, yes, I'm being rude. I'm on my phone when I should be. I said, but the people in front of me, and they want to chat shit. And I turned back and I said, I will whoop the two of you if you don't back off. I'm not joking. I'm an equal opportunity. I'm an advocate for equal opportunity, equal outcome. I said, if you don't move away, there are other teams. I'm gonna whoop the two of you this evening. And the other one picked up a phone and said, start calling some people. I said, call whoever you're calling here. I'll make sure I whoop you and them. And nobody got involved at this time until it just got heated, and I wasn't. Then some guys walked up and said, just let it slide. And it's like, the security guard came and wanted to hold me and said, you need to move now. I said, man, move from my front because I will put all my anger on you because you saw all of this happening. You kept your cool. Now you're coming because I'm charging. I said, move. And they actually moved. And when I finally approached the lady at the till, she said, I saw everything happen. I said, thank you. And I did my deal and I go. So I'm an equal outcome advocate. I don't care whether you're a woman. If you're slapping somebody on the street, man, you should get slapped, seriously. I'm not joking. It's how it is.
Jude, let me get this straight. You weren't even being served. You were just waiting.
No, there were people in front of me. Look, I'm a very gentle guy, and I don't boast about it, but I'm a very gentle guy, and I should be proud of it. When I'm at the till, I don't take my phone out. If I mistakenly do, I'm apologizing to the person at the till, and I'm saying, I'm so sorry for this. I need to take this.
But that's if they're serving you, though, isn't it?
That's if they're serving me. So for them to even start talking about me when I had people in front of me, that just got me out of this world. And I thought they kept talking. I said, if you don't shut up, I'll whoop the two of you. You know, they thought it turned out they were lesbians. They thought I had something against lesbians. I was like, I don't, but I'll whoop you so much. And she started calling our brothers. I said, call them. I'll beat all of you here tonight in Morrison's in Thamesmead. So those sort of situations don't happen. And as Ajike said, you have to have self-control. And if not for self-control, I would be in so many fights in this country, both men and women. No joke. But I thank God for my self-control. And I'll just tell myself, I won't see you again. I'll walk away. But sometimes I don't shut up. I'll tell you how it is. And I would insult you too. So you know that I've got mouth. Because I've been so quiet so many times when issues happen. There's another one that happened at Kent. I came, you know, all these restaurants you go and you pick up table, the number. I asked my wife and the kids, I said, stay there. I'm going to the bar to tell them the number. Turned my back and left. My wife and kids just walked. But I already got the number. I think it was number 19. Went to the bar, told them, table 19, placed the order. And I came back. This lady was sat at my table. And I went quietly. I'm so sorry. I've already given this table number out. She should say, I'm so sorry, get up and go. She said, but I didn't see anybody here. I'm like, I know. This is how they do it. I did ask my family to stay behind, but they didn't. They walked behind me. And I said, this is how it's done here. You take your number, you go. That number becomes yours. You can clarify from the guys at the bar. Oh my God, I ain't lying. This woman just started. And this was the time when we had the Karens reporting every black man. And this was a white woman. And from her accent, I knew she wasn't from here. And this woman just went, oh, you're a very angry man, angry black man. Yes, calling all the attention. I kept quiet for a while. I'm like, sure. and I just felt quiet about this. Forget about this. She's ruining your holiday. We were there we were at the seaside. Now we're to eat at the hotel restaurant. And it just started flowing through my hand. I just said, you know what, I ain't. And I just said, move now, or I'm going to whoop you, beat you up so much. And I tell you, everybody around me, more than 500 people around there, all the white guys, they mind their business because they saw her starting all of this. Yeah. And I said, you guys witness this, I'll beat you up so much. This is England. This is not America where you call the police. She said she was going to call him and say, please run and call the police. And she saw nobody came to her rescue and she ran inside to the bar and got the people out. And the people said, this man gave us the number before.
Yeah.
And they came back and apologized and said she was drunk. I said, I don't care. I came here to eat, man. You need to respect me. And my wife then walked into the scene. And you know what she did? Is this your husband? Is this your husband? If he can do this outside, what is he doing to you in the house? I said, ask her. If you don't leave, I'll take my belt and beat you up. I told the white woman that in Kent. That's me. Sometimes I keep quiet, sometimes I don't. Yeah. But when when you're in a professional setting, I've had a lot of abuse. I'll walk away. I can't keep telling you in my personal space. I'll back off. That's my training. Back off once and twice, and that's it. Even if you hit me, I'm not allowed to do that. But in my private life, I've never hit them, but I'll use my mouth, and I'll warn you. And if your husband is there, God forbid, if your husband is there, I'll take it out on your husband, is what I do. I know they had my own. I did it recently at the football club too. Parents were being racist to one kid. And I turned around. I was the ref because I'm a referee. I turned around and I attacked them seriously. The woman insulted me a lot, called me names, said everything. I said, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your husband behind you now. Say, if you're man enough, just come forward. Let's have it. I said, but you as a woman, I don't have anything with you. It shows you have no control over your life. I told the man, I said, you're allowing your wife insult me. You idiots, you fools. I cost them a lot. But I told the man it was the one I was going to beat. The case went to the FA and it came back. I won the case. So I'm an advocate for equal outcome and all. I don't care. If you ask for whooping, you'll get it. It's simple.
I suppose in a lot of situations, do you guys think that women take advantage because they feel like I'm a woman, no, people are going to side with me and the man can't hit me, so they really go the extra mile, like this Karen you were talking about, Jude. I mean, your wife is a very quiet woman. She doesn't really, you know. Imagine if it was somebody like Talia now, or somebody like Ajike, or maybe somebody like myself that was one of our husbands, and then you are now. Do you understand the situation that we will be looking at? Do you understand? Because Talia, let me paint a scenario, right? So imagine your husband is driving, and you know all these tiny roads where you have to stop and let this car pass and move this way, and then you get into that altercation where maybe someone comes out of the car and they're having an argument. I remember when that happened in my situation, even if he was a man, right? I remember telling my husband, babe, keep quiet, don't talk. Let me handle this man, right? Yeah. And he was like, Celia, you keep quiet. I was like, no, let me handle this man. You're mad, because I don't like it when my husband gets into arguing, because I know that if my husband should fight with somebody, oh my God, I don't know. Do you understand? So let me be the one. But imagine your husband in a situation like that, and then a woman gets out of the car and she's raining insults on your husband, and maybe she slaps your husband. Yeah, right. And maybe, and she slaps your husband. And your husband then comes home and tells you what happened and says, oh, I didn't do anything. I just left it. What would you do?
I will ask him the reason why he didn't slap that woman back.
But honestly, I'm gone.
No. I'm talking about in the UK. We don't have guns like that. We don't pack guns in our packed lunches or in our PG hole, or what do they call them?
Glove compartment.
Yeah. Talia, come in.
In fairness, though, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I wouldn't advocate for my husband to slap any woman outside, because people will think that he beats me at home, and that's just not true. Mm-hmm. If I was there, obviously I'll handle the situation myself. In fact, me and that woman will beat ourselves. Like, we will definitely fight. I don't even think any woman would see me just looking at me and want to argue with my husband. I don't think any woman would dare.
Talia, I want you to remember about that day. Look, I tell you, I desired for my wife to do something that day. I even told my wife, I said, you just kept quiet. Yeah, I was so down, because that woman was ready to humiliate me. And when she left, I told my wife, I said, my gosh, man, you disappoint me. Yeah. I'm not a joke. I told her, I said, you disappoint me a lot. I was thinking.
But the thing is, though, Jude, think about it. You won't want your wife to fight.
No, for instance, that day I really wanted her to take
when me and my husband are outside, I'm the one that gets into all these altercations. Me, if I'm in the car, and there's a car, and maybe we were struggling to fight first, and we off the ignition. Yeah, we will sleep there. I don't care where I'm going to. I've been in an altercation where the man, delivery driver, and he refused to move. When I tell you the other motorists here, they came. It was because of one old man that made me move. The man was like, I need to go home. Me, I stayed there. And because of the old man, I just had compassion for him and said, you know what? I will move. Me, I will turn. There was a day I was going to work and one stupid man thought I turned off my ignition. I was like, I'll call them that I'm running late. That's your business. Let's die here. Yeah. And I will turn off my car, wind up the steering wheel, put music on my phone, and you will just see me do this. You won't know it. Because, you know, I wouldn't want my husband wouldn't even want me to be in an altercation. In a situation like that, he'll be like, don't worry, calm down, leave it. So even before I start to charge, he's already calmed me down. And the same, even if I'm the one that's in the altercation, he'll be like, please, just calm. So Jude, you wouldn't want your wife to fight, trust
But
me.
that day, I really wanted her to back me up.
Yeah, what Jude wanted was
no, she will back you up.
Fight.
She did it. She did it.
But
she just
to have that verbal argument
yes.
with the woman, yeah, I understand.
When I even start, I always feel like, hey God, I'm embarrassing this man. But let me just do what I need to do, Joe. Let everyone.
No, sometimes we need to let it out, because otherwise,
so
if you don't let it out outside, you bring it into the house, you know. Like the question you asked, Celia, I don't think women overdo it. There's a stereotype about it. Not all women have self-control too, but some of them will take advantage. Okay, I'm a girl. Let me see what this guy will, what I will retaliate. And there are some videos too, whether they're skits or not, where women have been looked upon, or somebody started looking at her behind and they provoked their boyfriend to want to do something. And one of the guys said, this is what you really wanted me to do, get into a fight with those guys. You want them to whack me, something like that. So there's all of this scenario, you know, so all of that does happen. But I don't think women just are out there trying to take advantage. Look, like I said, I met a woman on the bus who insulted me racially. And people were wondering, why didn't you whoop her up? Even white people were saying, beat her up, and she was white. I just said, man, I can't be bothered. And I left. I mean, why somebody else would just only look at me and I will charge up. So it depends on the situation. You just got to pick the one you want to fight. You know what I mean? So I've had a girlfriend before. She'll tear my clothes out on the streets. It's the first time I experienced that so-called domestic violence in London. And my friends used to laugh me. This babe would slap me, beat me outside, then beat me inside. I know they talk. Yeah, but you see what I mean? But when you see me in my zone doing things, you'll be like, is it the same guy that day?
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to let some things slide, like they're not worth it. But like I said, that day I wanted my wife to be by my side, really take on that woman. Even if she had stood and slapped the woman, I would have said yes. Because I didn't want to do it, although I was saying I will whoop you, I'll whoop you, I'll whoop you. I didn't want to do it. If I wanted to do it, I would do it already. It's why I said that guy was talking too much. He was running commentary. You don't want to do it, then back off. Just keep backing off.
But he did though. But he did.
After he got
eventually, when the woman touched him, this guy, like, he cleared her off the ground, gave her one uppercut on her head.
But he fell. He fell though. He fell in the process of doing that. He fell.
Even though he fell though, did you see the way he got up and he got at her and tackled her to the ground?
That guy's a beast.
We don't advocate violence. But sometimes it's inevitable.
Do you know, sometimes, as a woman, especially as a Black woman, when I get into all these altercations outside, I pick my battles very well. Like, for instance, I will be very, very calm because I'm already as perceived as this angry black woman. So until you really push my buttons, i.e., you maybe insult my children or you cuss me as a Black person or something, until you do that, I'll just be like, carry your one. Like literally yesterday at church, there was a lady that said my baby, my 1-year-old baby that was just doing normal baby
thing
was disturbing her. And of course I ignored her because I thought, you know what, now you sabi, finish what you're doing. And she kept on saying, carry this boy, and meanwhile he was not crying, he was just playing with his siblings. And of course, and my church is such that my pastor will just be like, just leave the baby, let them.
That's exactly how you should do it.
They're babies. I ignored her. Obviously she was angry that she was telling me something, you know, this Nigerian entitlement of respect. You're telling me something and I'm not listening to you. Of course I ignored you because who are you? So we got outside now, church finished and everything, and I was talking to somebody. And then she came to me and I said to her, you know what? I really want to respect you. So I don't want to, have this conversation. It's done now. What was done is done and I've moved on. And then she goes, I was only trying to tell you how to look after your child. And I said, I don't need you to tell me how to look after my child. I said, I've got 3 of them and I'm doing just fine, thank you. I don't need help. And she goes, well, you've got 3. Well, my 1 will supersede your 3.
Oh my gosh.
Said that the first time, and I kept quiet. And I said, this woman, and I carried on talking to the person I was talking to. And then she said it the second time. It was like electric shock went off in my brain. And I was like, are you well? Because I'm thinking you must be sick in your head. You already told me that your child is of my age. Then how dare you even compare your one child that is my age, the adults, with my 3 babies? Are you kidding? So I was like, are you well at all? Are you okay? Like I was, at that point, I'm thinking, whether you are my mother's age or my father's age, I don't even care now because you pushed me. And that's how I am. Unless you step on my buttons, I will ignore you. But when you push the right button, then I will tell you, I have to now awake your ancestors so that we can now discuss the reason why they didn't give you home training. Because clearly you don't have manners. If someone has said, you know what, let's leave this, and I do that a lot. You know what, this conversation is getting a bit heated now. Let's leave it. Let's come back to it. But if you think, say you did Chris, I will forget all manners of my poshness, and I will answer you well, and then we will know where we are. And especially, even in Nigeria, they do that a lot. Like they see you, you know, you go there like baby girl, and they want to take advantage. And I'm thinking, come, I should they Chris just as well, and even more. So let's go. Do you get what I mean? Like people, I think what we need in this world is for everybody to have self-control.
But you don't have it, give it to them. Simple.
We will be all good, because people, they like to overstep their mark sometimes, and I'm just thinking, hey, what's going on? Like, let's all be chilled.
Okay, did you guys see the second video? Jude, you sent me this video, right? I think it was on Facebook, where the girl and the guy, in fact, when I showed it to my husband was like, no, this is not. My husband thought it was something else, right?
Yeah, I didn't think it was real.
It's real.
You didn't think it was real?
Long ago. Yeah, it was
I
real.
didn't think it was real.
No, it was very real until it got to the end, and then my husband then realized it was not what he thought it was. And this girl was hitting this guy continuously. And then, you know, it got to the point where the guy, he gave her a cuddle and everything, but the hitting continued. And the guy literally belted her one, and she ended up on the floor. But now my question is, how, as a woman, when you hit, maybe you're having an argument with your boyfriend, your husband. I know sometimes some women are very quick to hit the man. Oh, how dare you do that? How dare you say that? Okay, you do it once or twice. I think that's enough. But she went on and on and on and on until the man could not take it anymore. We must also remember that these men that we keep hitting and expecting them to be a gentleman and not hit back, they are also human beings. They the same blood, the same senses, everything. They feel pain the way we do. So at what point do we as a woman know that, okay, it's enough? I've given him 1 slap, 2 slaps. Let me rest, because if he gives me the way I'm giving him, I might not recover from it. Ajike, let me come to you. Did you see that video? Did you see the woman, the way she carried on?
That was the first video. I want to.
Sorry?
That one, as I know, that matter. The girl deserved it too. She deserved those roses that
Equal opportunity, equal outcome.
Yeah.
Equal opportunity, but by equal opportunity. In fact, if that guy, you know, was like that, I'm very disappointed. I was very angry. When I now saw, I said, hey, yeah, that's what we're talking about. But really, that is a very, I think it's an abusive relationship, it's an abusive dynamic. It's not pro. The way they hug themselves, they will slap themselves, they hug themselves. You know that. You know,
yeah.
I have this friend. And she used to talk about, you know, that my friend grew up in the village, and she would tell me that you know, those village women, that when they want to have, that the way they make their love exciting is to fight with their husband during the day, then in the night they will make up. Yeah. You know, when she used to say it used to be very strange to me. But as I grew up and as I became wiser, you know, it made sense to me. So some people actually believe in a way it spices up their bedroom life. I don't know.
But there was nothing romantic about those slaps that girl was giving her.
There's nothing romantic. There's usually nothing romantic about it. Just honestly. There's nothing romantic
the
about
slap
it.
that I know is all those stop it, I like it slap.
Stop it now.
No. I'm not, as in real fight. I'm talking about real fight. They fight. So me, I just didn't like it. And usually when I see those kind of things, I just begin to pray. Heavenly Father, this boy you have given me.
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah. Father, you are going to give my son the spirit of discernment. I just use all those things. I just begin to say the things I don't want in my son's life. Because me, what's all this nonsense? But I don't know. It was
You
just
see, as Wafi they say, who do anyhow go see anyhow.
You go see anyhow.
And that's just all that video was.
Yeah.
That woman, she did anyhow and she saw anyhow.
Yeah.
Simple. Like the slapping, the hit, it was just too much. What is it? There's nothing romantic about it. I'm sorry, but I didn't understand the cuddling in between it as well. I was just
that
like,
about?
what is this? This is just, that's why I thought it wasn't real.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, who does this? Who inflicts pain and then cuddles the person after?
I'll tell you this. You would have seen it in your work as well. Women, my experience, women don't tell me before, say, look, when all those things are happening, I want you to hit me back. You're just almost like an idiot. I was telling somebody recently at work, I said, they call me mumu sometimes. They want me to retaliate. You retaliate because, look, my hand is very big. I retaliate with this, man. These 5 fingers not leave your face for days. And people will just see that and they'll say, wow, not knowing that you actually provoked it. You wanted me to do it because, like Ajike said, that thing is so spot on. I know couples back home in Nigeria. That's how they get down with their sex life. They have to first fight. And it happens here.
When you say fight, are you saying like physical fight?
Yes, so they'll beat the man proper. Fight scatter everywhere. Because they come sit down here, mama, this person. Now, so my girl that time, my girl here in London, that was what she wanted. That girl, I'll call her, where are you, Judah? I'm like, I'm outside tasty. And she'll just come down from the bus. I told you to wait there. That's all my clothes on go. But will it here? And she would go out. She, as you can laugh. My friend there used to laugh at me, would say, woman rapper. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what to do. And she would go tell her friends. And her friend, one of her very good friends, a Benin girl, used to come tell me, all this lady wants, she wants you to show retaliation. She want me you give her one sound slap before she respect you. Give her a slap. Her friend was begging me to give her a slap. He said, when you give her a slap, I had to correct.
Her, that will now show her that you are a man.
I had to correct. He said, because you never do it, they do mune for us, which kind of one be this? Yeah, so that was what they told me in this country. I say, wow, now so now they do. So some of them elicit that from you. But like Ajike pointed out too, it could become very abusive relationship or one-sided. And we're not just saying this because it was a woman doing it to a man. A lot of women go through this. And also sometimes when you advise a woman to hit back, I know of a couple, I know them. That's not friends. If the woman to make you handle your guy, I swear to God, now I'm won't carry that man. But this woman allowed your guy to beat her mercilessly. Bang her head for door, use her break door, use her smash window, stand on her head, slap her dead, bruises. Another joke for this time, my friend. One day I was supposed to ask. I know your guy well, man. I know how you be. You go feed bruise this guy, no shaking. But she will not do it. And I believe that one day when she go raise her hand, about that guy, the whole thing will clear, the whole stars will clear for your head. But she will not do it. And I'm just hoping that she does it one day because all she does is tell the police call arrest the guy. The last time it was buried to my address. It continues again. The last time he destroyed the whole house, used her head, bang the door. I said, how long you body go take this?
And then she will take him back. That's the problem. She's constantly
That's
taking him
why when I tell
back.
people sometimes it's so difficult. They think it's only Nigeria, the law don't work. Yeah, the police will leave you to dry. The police will return her back and look, who cares about you? You will die inside your house. That's how we still have a lot of victims from that. So I wish sincerely for my friend to whack the Oga because I know she would brush him, but she won't do it.
So is that out of respect for him, or why wouldn't she do it?
It's just, I guess it's just, I'm a woman. I won't do it.
Right, okay.
He's a man. That's what it is.
Interesting. You know, there was a video I saw on Instagram a few days ago, right? Where this lady, she had her son in the car, and she was on the phone to her friend. She was going to her friend's shop to see her friend, and they were talking about somebody, right? They were gossiping about somebody, from the conversation. And the gossip was so sweet. She was like, I'm coming, I'm almost at your shop. So she got to her friend's shop, parked maybe a few minutes, maybe like 2 minutes walk away from the friend's shop. And then she went into the friend's shop and was, hey, I heard, and we kept talking about whatever it was they were talking about. So like 2 minutes or so into the conversation, the friend was like, oh, where's my baby boy, right? And that was when this woman realized that when she parked her car, her son was at the back of the car sleeping. windows, everything all wound up, and she left the child in the car. So whilst they were having the conversation in the friend's shop, there was a lady and her boyfriend. They were walking past the car. At this point, the baby had already woken up because there was no air, it was hot, and the baby started crying and hitting the window. So as this man and his girlfriend were passing, they saw the baby in the car crying, knowing that it's just the baby in the car. So they quickly took something and broke the window, opened the door, and brought the baby out. So they brought the baby out and they were pacifying the child and everything. And at this point, that was when the friend said, "Where is my little boy?" And the woman realized that she had left her son in the car. So she ran to the car. And by the time she got to the car, she saw that they'd already broken her window and brought out the child. And she was like, "Oh, thank you very much. Thank you." So the man that was holding the child, that broke the window and brought the child out, was really angry at her and gave her a slap, right?
Honestly.
And then the woman was like, "But why did you slap me now? I'm saying thank you. It was a mistake." The man gave her another slap and said, "How dare you leave your child in the car? Do you know how many people are looking for children and you have a child, and because you are talking or whatever it is you're doing, you leave your child in the car? Don't you know this child could have died in a few minutes because there was no air in the car?" But anyway, the woman was there, I'm sorry. Anyway, so he gave the child back to the mom and walked off. Him and the girlfriend walked off. So as the girlfriend was walking behind him, the girlfriend was like, excuse me. So the man was like, "What's up?" He said, "So you are telling me you just slapped another woman twice, just like that?" And the man was like, "I don't understand you." The woman was like, "Yeah, but if you can slap the woman like that, which means if I get married to you, you're going to be beating me and slapping me, right?" And the man was like, "Are you okay? Didn't you see what happened? She left her child in the car. The child could have died, blah, blah." And the girl was like, "Yeah, but the way you just slapped her so easily like that, which means if we get married, you're going to be beating me." So now let me bring the question to you guys. Do you think the guy overreacted, or do you think he acted appropriately? Was the force he used or whatever, was it proportional to
The force is not proportional. You don't owe the woman at all. You shouldn't have done it. It goes back to what Jika said, mind your business. If you're not involved now, the woman will know, say, give her that slap when they're married. So it's actually, it's not his business to slap the woman. You've made your point clear. The woman is not your wife, it's not your sister, it's not anything. Even if she was, it'd not be your business to even interfere like that. You know what I mean? You've made your point. You brought, thank God the Pekin no died, and that's fine. But getting involved in business will not be your. What if from that slap now she died there? You see what happened in Canberra Sounds recently, where a man and his wife were having issues. Just last weekend, my friend was at the holiday and it came up on TV. They were having issues and he was seen to put his hand around the woman's throat, and security guards went to get involved. You don't know the history of these people at all. You don't know the history of the man. You got involved, the man fall down there and he died. Now they're being taken to court for manslaughter.
Well, the security guards got involved.
The guys are taken to court for manslaughter and they'll go to jail for it, for not minding their business. Exactly. So it's like that woman now, she entered concussion, she get a brain injury.
I'm always telling my son that thing. I'm always telling my son, because children tend to, I don't know, they just tend to squabble and all that. I'm always telling him that you don't touch people. You don't know. Some people are just going about with sickness. They're looking for who will just touch them small, they just die.
So Ajike, do you think that man should have slapped the woman in that scenario?
He could have shouted at her. He could have shouted at her. He could have been angry at her, really, because it's annoying. But
plus the slap.
You didn't need to add the slap. That one is too much. It's not. You could have even call police on herself.
Yeah.
Let child support people stress her for some time. Collect the child from her. Let her see Pepe.
In Nigeria.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask. This couldn't have happened anywhere else but Nigeria.
It was in Nigeria, yeah.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, can you just go like that? Why will you park your car like that? I mean,
it was very.
Yeah.
It's very careless of the woman, though. What kind of conversation are you having with a friend? As in, how the conversation wants.
Yeah, because some people like carry other people's matter on their head and they are gossiping about other people.
Yeah, but how the matter takes sweet reach? Let me say you go forget the human being when we say you carry for 9 months. Come push her, as in, I don't know.
Taylor,
I do understand
let me flip it now. One of those are our doctors who left their daughter or gave her sleeping tablet to Madeleine McCann. These are doctors in England, friend of former Prime Minister. Remember the case now, Celia?
I remember the case.
Madeleine McCann's in Portugal.
They're still looking
Yes, and the one, they gave her sleeping medicine. So
they used to give their children as young as they were, 3 years old, sleeping medicine because they won't go groove. So it's the same irresponsibility that one.
I know, and obviously some people, I don't know what they think about, to be honest. I mean, I know sometimes we do things because maybe out of desperation, but through gossiping, I don't know. I mean, I understand the guy's frustration. I don't think it warranted a slap, though. I think if it was the husband of the woman, it would have been so appropriate because that's his child too. But as a stranger, as a stranger, you can't just slap somebody else. Now I understand the passion to saying,
But what if the baby had died, though? Would you still be saying the same thing?
No,
but the thing is, if the baby had died, the man will have no feelings about it because the baby died. Like, really and truly, how does it? It might be like, it's sad. It will be very sad, but not enough to slap the woman.
Oh, hold on. See, Ajike, I don't know if I'm correct here because this is Nigeria we're talking about. So imagine they broke the window and they brought the child and they saw that the child had already died.
They would have put tire around the woman and kill her.
I'm telling you, and this woman is running my child.
That's what they
are going to beat that woman
Lagos, that's what they would have done.
Ajike, am I lying? Wouldn't they beat that woman up?
They will beat
her.
Yeah,
but the thing is, I feel like Nigeria a little bit, and Ajike, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Nigeria has changed ever so slightly. If not thief, they will definitely put tire around that.
Oh, no. If that child
Lagos,
had died,
they would have
beaten that woman to death.
If they will not put tire on her neck, but they will beat her.
They will beat her to death, trust me. They would have beaten her to death.
Maybe not to death, but they will beat her. Somebody will slap her. All those Agbero boys, they will beat her. They will beat her. They may not beat her to death, but they will beat her. She will collect beating that day.
Nigeria, where they see the drag woman where we wear short skirt for public square, you talk of picking.
But those people are so stupid. Those
they definitely beat her up. Okay, so do you think the man's girlfriend acted? Do you think she sensed the sign to think, okay, this is what you're going to do? Because the man actually said to her, if we get married and you do something like this to my child, I will beat you as well.
I was expecting that from the man.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's a good answer.
I think I would have reacted the same way. That, how did you just slap this
do
woman?
That with that?
Like, that's why I'm saying that if it was a woman's husband, I would 100% understand the reaction. And that's why I'm saying that I feel like Nigeria that everybody's trying, Nigeria, they are practicing woke now. They don't like to get involved in things that don't concern them anymore. Like, they don't.
No, which kind of not? It's all those Twitter people. Don't be deceived. It's only on Twitter. Maybe all those Gen Z people that are doing that now. Come to Lagos, they will shook mouth in your matter. Forget all those things. Forget all those things. All those Gen Z people.
No, but honestly, I don't know. I don't think the force was appropriate for the action. I understand him shouting at her because, to be honest, as a woman, I would do the same. Like, I would shout at you, like, "Are you mad? Like, how can you do that?" Like, I would, but I don't think to now slap you on top of your own bikini.
What if it was a woman? What if it was a woman that slapped her?
That's what I'm saying. As a woman, I wouldn't even slap her. Why would I slap her? I will shout at her and I will cuss her. Yes, I will let my mouth do the slapping, but I won't physically raise my hand. I think that's a bit, sometimes violence is just not worth it. I beg. I'm not, what about if I now slap her, do I now retaliate and beats me, uncle?
That's what I was trying to say.
I beg, I'm not letting anybody spoil my fine girl for nothing. I will shout at her, I will cuss her, and I will definitely tell her a few words that she needs to hear. But I wouldn't go as far as raising my hand. No, and I don't think the man's force was appropriate.
Because the man told the girlfriend that if that is the kind of woman you're going to be, then I don't even want to have anything to do with you. I don't want to marry you. Then maybe this relationship.
Well, if that's the kind of man that you're gonna be, a woman beater, and I don't want to be with you.
Like, everywhere. Everywhere.
Wait for Supreme Man in business.
Exactly. Uncle, calm down. It's not me to say, I was just emotional. You're now telling me that that's the kind of woman I'm gonna be. No problem. Bye-bye. I don't want anybody that will be beating me up.
For every little thing. Anyway, on that note, let's end it today. I think the lesson we're taking home from this is women, please Don't go and hit a man, no, and be expecting him to do gentleman and not hit you. You have seen these two videos now. These men, they went for the woman and beat her to stoop, okay, to stupor. But see, just before I close, what do you have to say about those men that when the woman is hitting the man, they don't do anything? They will be watching. And then when the man decides to retaliate, that's when they come in and say, hit me, come and fight with your mate, come and fight with the man. What?
No, but going back to that airport scene, the people around there were actually trying to separate. They were not trying to hold the man for the woman to, no, they weren't doing that. They were trying to say, okay, guys, move apart. But obviously the woman just took advantage of somebody being there. And so
I know the one Celia is talking about. It was used as an experiment in school. So I think it was they planned it anyway, and there was a real one too that happened in France. So the guy just kept whacking the guy, and everybody ignored, and we're laughing as well. Oh, look at him! We're calling him pussy, whoa, whoopsie, all of that stuff. And two seconds later, they flipped the scene. The guy was now pretend beating the babe, and they were flipping chairs and all.
Yeah.
and the reason for that is what society, it's the way society put us in boxes. So it's okay for you to do it because we see you as a weaker sex. But in this day and age of the woke regime, the feminist, the strong woman, the independent woman, look, that's why I'm an advocate of equal opportunity, equal hardcore, equal whooping. If you're whooping him on the street, you should catch whooping too. Yeah. If you're giving left hand, you should catch left hand though. We're all equal now. There's no I pass you anymore. There's no man, there's no woman anymore. You know that one now. Yeah. How do I address you, Taylor? Are you a she still or what?
Please, I'm still she.
Are you a she or you're non-binary?
I'm loving my feminism.
So we got to know all these things. So at the time they're fighting on the street, we don't know whether that woman we see as a woman identifies as a man. So you mind your business. It could just be, oh, stop hitting that woman. The woman will be like, I'm not a woman, I'm a man. I identify as a man. Now you don't enter trouble with that.
Yeah.
so let them for that business. Just continue sipping your wine.
No, but I think if I saw a woman hitting a man on the street, I would intervene.
Definitely.
I would definitely be like, oh no, sis, stop it. Because at the end of the day, if that man beats you, that's my own worry.
That's your motivation.
You're right. Yeah. We are the weaker sex. If that man holds you, nobody will be able to stop him, just like that guy at the airport. Like, there were how many men, but people still she still got it. Yeah. So if that man gets angry, there's no point. There's no need to hit. Don't hit any man. Women, don't hit any man, no, because if they're
yeah, that's it. If they retaliate, you might end up in the hospital, honestly.
Exactly.
You know, and perhaps, men, they need to practice more self-restraint. And especially if you're in a position where you're working, and someone is getting in your face, just remove yourself from the situation. It's not worth it. But I suppose maybe the man must have gone through so many female customers picking on him and doing, so because he was really frustrated. I thought it was his girlfriend, and maybe that day he was like, okay, we are going to die here.
Your job. You remember, you saw I don't know if you know the video before that too, where I think it's a superstar. The guy is a star, the footballer, one of the American big boys, was at the airport too. And this airport staff, shorter than this star, went to meet him and hit the guy on the face. How would you do that? And that guy said, you just saw him. He did this. And it first prepared you for you to see and say, and he gave him whooping of his life. So you don't know how to catch whooping. You whoop somebody. When the guy gave him he was bleeding, he was unconscious, he was on the ground.
Yeah.
He was confused for some minutes. His own staff were the one who came and begging the other guy, say, I beg, leave him, not go kill him. We saw everything. And the following news after the whole thing happened was they suspended the airport staff because the video did show he antagonized the passenger and even went as far as hitting the guy first, thinking maybe he go fit beat the guy because the guy looked skinny. And the guy gave him right and left. This guy was unconscious. He hit his head on if you go find the video, and that guy just could have had easily caught brain injury because the way the punch came, he fell like this with his neck bent. And that's how he went down. That guy would have easily broken his neck. So equal whooping again. If you know you can't catch it, because sometimes we assess the situation. I'm a doorman. I used to do door jobs in central London, East London. Look, there were some guys who will come. They're not born me where when you see the way them size up, our guy will be saying, search pockets, are you mad? Search this pocket. If that guy knock me and at 6 feet, I go fly. So I use diplomacy all the time. And these guys will come back and give me small thing in my pocket. I'll say, bye. What if I see the one I could chance? I'm like, you ain't coming here, man. You got to wait the situation.
Yeah,
even at that, I never punched anybody for that.
Risk assessment, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what they call risk assessment. When you see some dudes come, oh boy, you say you want, because you're security guard, you want to go stand. I beg you.
How much are they paying you?
You risk assassination. Otherwise, those guys will come back and beat you up very well for a £10 an hour job. No way. No way. No way.
True.
No way.
Oh my God. Anyway, on that note, let's end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming back on the premiere this morning and watching and spending your time. And I want to say a big thank you to the cast of this episode today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. We truly appreciate you, and we'd love to have you back again, as you know. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you very much. Take home from here, please don't put your hands on anyone, whether it's your husband, your child, and people you don't know on the street. Anyway, you're lucky you are not in the UK. People you don't know on the street, don't put your hands on people.
Not my child. If you mess up,
I said, don't worry, me, I smash my kids. Oh, please.
Okay, well,
it's not as if you should beat them like you want to beat Agbero, but please.
Sorry, Ajike.
I said don't beat them like you're fighting with an Agbero. That's not what they say we should do.
Okay. Well, on that note, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again same time next week. Have a good weekend.
Bye. Bye.